Imagine waking up on Monday without worrying about money, deadlines, or the boss's emails. But how much money do you realistically need for that to happen? Today, we're going to find out your financial freedom number and exactly how to achieve it. So let's dive in. So what is financial freedom? When people talk about financial freedom, it often feels vague. But in reality, it's simple. It's having enough money to live the life you want without relying on employment. A recent UK survey by Barclays found that for most Brits, financial freedom means being debt-free, mortgage fully paid off, comfortably handling unexpected costs. But put simply, financial freedom is about security and options. It doesn't mean unlimited wealth, just enough for you to have choices. So the first step is clearly defining what freedom means to you. Is it retiring early, changing careers, or traveling frequently? Or it could just be living simply in the countryside. Your ideal life directly shapes your personal freedom number. So let's talk calculating your financial freedom number by the FIRE method. Financial freedom isn't a random amount. There's a proven formula. The FIRE movement, or Financial Independence Retire Early, popularized the 25 times rule and the 4% rule. So step one is identifying annual expenses. First, you need to calculate the annual cost of your ideal lifestyle. Consider housing, food, transport, leisure, travel, everything. Let's say your dream lifestyle costs you £30,000 per year. So step two is using the 25 times rule, or 4% rule. The 25 times rule means you need investments equaling 25 times your annual expenses. So for example, £30,000 per year is a 750 grand investment pot. So why 25 times? This amount historically allows you to withdraw 4% each year indefinitely without depleting your investments. That means 750 grand invested should reliably provide 30 grand a year. However, some experts caution this 4% rule is based on the US market data and a 30-year retirement timeline. Given UK's different market dynamics, longer retirements, or inflation uncertainties, many UK advisors suggest a safer 3% withdrawal rate. This would mean multiplying expenses by around 33 times for a conservative approach. If you'd rather spend £50,000 per year, times 25, this would be a £1.25 million investment pot. Whereas times the 33 times rule, this would be £1.65 million. Step three is factoring in debt and emergency funds. You can't be financially independent while drowning in debt. Prioritize eliminating high interest debts and ideally your mortgage. Being debt-free significantly reduces your annual expenses. Also, build an emergency cash fund, covering 3 to 6 months of expenses, protecting your investments from unexpected costs. Here's some practical UK-specific tips. Pensions and ISAs. Consider your investment vehicles carefully. UK pensions provide significant tax advantages, but funds are locked up until age 57 from 2028. If planning an early retirement, balance pensions with accessible investments like ISAs. You also have state pension, currently at 68 for younger individuals. This can reduce your required nest egg after that age. Here's some routes to financial freedom. Knowing your number is crucial, but how do you get there? Here are the main paths people take. Firstly, the classic FIRE path, so save aggressively and invest wisely. The core FIRE strategy is high savings rate, normally 50+% of your income. Frugal living, so downsizing and minimalism. And investing in diversified assets, stocks, ETFs, pensions, ISAs, etc. This route can lead to financial independence in 10 to 20 years, rather than a traditional 40-year working life. You also have lean FIRE versus fat FIRE. Lean FIRE is a minimalist approach. You live simply, lowering your freedom number significantly. So take £20,000 per year only requires a 500k portfolio. Fat FIRE aims for a luxurious lifestyle, so maybe 75k a year, which would need a 1.8 to 2.5 million pound investment pot. It takes longer but does allow for more comfort. Choose based on the lifestyle you truly want. There's no right choice. You also have the property investment route. In the UK, rental income can fund your financial freedom. For example, 10 rental properties netting £250 monthly profit each could cover £30,000 per year. The pros of this are you get regular income and potential appreciation, but the cons are that it requires upfront capital, ongoing maintenance, and isn't entirely passive. You also have Coast Fire and Barista Fire, which are hybrid options. Coast Fire involves investing heavily early and then slowing down. Once your investments can grow to the needed amount without further contributions, you could take an easier or lower paid role. Barista Fire, on the other hand, is you partially retire. Investment covers some costs. A low stress or part-time job covers the rest. These methods allow earlier freedom without fully hitting your number immediately. You can also build a business or other passive income streams. Creating businesses or digital products that generate passive or semi-passive income streams can accelerate financial freedom. You can either live off ongoing income or eventually sell the business for a lump sum. Here's some expert insights and tips. You need to have a clear plan. Set clear, achievable goals. You need to revisit these annually. Financial freedom is like a marathon. Consistent training and reviewing progress is crucial. You also want to prioritize debt elimination and emergency funds. Every expert highlights eliminating high interest debt and building an emergency fund first. You can't invest well while paying high interest rates on debt. You also need to leverage tools and automation. So you want to use employer pension matching, which is essentially free money, and automate your savings into ISAs or investment accounts monthly. You can also use FIRE calculators, which can help visualize your timeline and motivate you. It's also important to be flexible and adaptable. Economic conditions change. Be ready to adjust savings rates, lifestyle expectations, or investment strategies if needed. Financial freedom is about security and adaptability, not rigid numbers. You also need to balance your present and your future. Extreme austerity isn't sustainable. Don't eliminate all joy today just for tomorrow's freedom. Allow occasional treats and ensure you're genuinely enjoying life during the journey. Here's how to get started immediately. So here's the practical next steps. Firstly, calculate your annual expenses. Be detailed and realistic. Second, use the 25 times or the 33 times rule. Find your initial target number. Thirdly, review your current financial state. How far along are you really? Identify what you need to change. Fourth, choose your route. FIRE, property, hybrid, or business focused. Fifth, take action today. Start small, increase pension contributions, open an ISA, reduce unnecessary spending. Financial independence isn't just a dream, it's achievable with clarity, consistency, and action. Ultimately, how much money you need to be free depends entirely on the life that you want. Financial freedom isn't one size fits all, it's about creating choices. Now you've got the tools to calculate your number and plan your path. So what are you waiting for? Start today and make financial freedom your reality. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more clear, pragmatic insights on money, investing, and financial freedom. Drop your questions or financial freedom number in the comments. I will read them all.